know?
I mean, he hasn't really even though been going for
10
that
seconds
many
remaining.
That's true.
rotations mid. It's mainly just been like owning a lane. You know, you run in
Yeah.
there with
5
tag team and you
seconds
make somebody
remaining.
cry.
And with Curse or Shadow Demon, tag team is definitely very, very effective. Disruption will have your illusions hitting you with tag team, and so the slow will be maintained. And then Abaddon, the Curse debuff will definitely be able to keep everyone on you for tag team. So
Right.
I guess that is mainly the name of the
TNC
game, is just to be
Predators
a
turn
lane
Drow
dominator.
Ranger.
Ooh.
That's a hero that I don't see very frequently.
Yo, they're going for the undead build in Underlords. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
We have an
Anybody still playing that
alliance
game?
on our hands.
Yeah, the
Uh,
alliance. It's good.
so what are the heroes involved in this alliance?
It's Abba, Shadow Demon, and Drow Ranger. If they get one
Drow's
more,
undead?
yeah. If they do
10
one
seconds
more, then
remaining.
they I don't know if it's called undead anymore. It's the minus armor one. If they get one more though, then
Oh,
5
that's
seconds
Hunter, I
remaining.
think.
no, not
Or
Hunter. No. There's Hunter
no.
is
Radiant's
part of
turn
it, but
5.
it's the minus armor one. Hunter gives you
Uh,
bonus attack speed. It's
oh, that's
the
right.
triple shot. No, but if they get one more, they get minus 9 armor. I want to say
Wow.
that's pretty
A
good.
free Desolator for everyone on the team?
Amazing.
Pick Undying. Undying has to be undead, right?
Undying's not in the game, dude. Get out of here. You're an Underlord
Wait,
scrub.
Undying's not in Underlords? Are you
No,
serious?
his
That
tombstone
seems like
is.
such an obvious. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a tier
Seems like
5
such an
item.
obvious addition.
5
Oh wow.
seconds remaining.
Well,
Well,
enough.
your
I've played a lot of it.
Underlords.
I've been playing a lot recently. I don't
Didn't
have
they
enough time to like get
Radiant
a full game
team
of
pick.
Dota in if I'm like trying to do
uh,
overlays and stuff. So I just play quick Underlords.
didn't they just patch it like today or something, or yesterday or something like that?
I
They
think it
like
was like
added
last
more
week,
stuff to the city crawl.
probably.
I
I
should
haven't
know
played
this
that.
stuff. I did the launch event
TNC
for that
Predators
game,
turn Templar
Nice.
but
Assassin.
my job was to be the resident moron, and boy did I fulfill that role.
I mean, that's usually my
This
job. It's a good role.
this is a strong brain power from Boom, though. I can kind of see what they're going for here. I'm still kind of skeptical about what Drow Ranger's strength is in the
10
current
seconds
meta.
Yeah.
remaining.
I know that whenever multi-shot first came into
5
play, she was
seconds
a
remaining.
force to be reckoned with. But then once it became that you could only carry one neutral item, and you suddenly couldn't lump all of your net worth onto a Drow Ranger who had like half of what her damage should have been based off of her gold, then
Mm-hmm.
she kind of fell off. And so that's where I put her right now. Is that like a kind of like a pub carry that if your team is capable of enabling her, then sure, you could win. But I don't think she does anything special that is that much better than anyone else. Maybe it's some sort of combo with tag team. I don't think multi shot would work with tag team, but I'm actually not sure. But that's the
Uh,
only thing I can think of.
I think it does, if I'm not
It's possible.
mistaken. Yeah, I think it
It,
does.
okay,
Um,
because it does count as an instant attack, and I think all instant attacks work with it, like flak cannon.
well, and just I mean, to be honest though, like one of the other strengths is you talk about like the frost arrows in the laning stage with a tusk. Whoever goes to that lane, they're gonna have a tough time. If you get like an orb of venom on the tusk and a blightstone on drow, I don't know if that's what you want to go for on this game necessarily, but that could be an option for like getting a pretty quick and early first blood. Then the other thing is that just in general, drow a very weak laner, but if you can get through that weak laning stage, things maybe can pull away a little bit and things get better. So Tusk is that hero that can just sort of be like, he's the bouncer at the club, you know? You're trying to get into the club of diving towers, he's going to punch you out of there.
Yeah, but Centaur is like an
Oh,
even bigger bouncer.
yeah.
So,
People reminded me, Heartless. Heartless was what it was.
oh,
That's the
okay.
minus
Oh,
armor
so
one.
is Necrophos
He is.
heartless?
Necro is
All right
Heartless.
then.
So is Pudge. And then the last one is Life Stealer. I think
Oh,
that's all
okay.
of them.
Well, wait, TA is in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what alliances she
She's an
is.
assassin and
But,
she's a valiant or something like that. It's the same one that she
oh,
shares with Drow Ranger.
okay.
Enough about that
Well,
though.
then there
They
you
got a
go.
Lycan.
Yeah, 22nd pick Lycan. I'm pretty sure Lycan was first phase banned almost every single game of the previous series, so
How
very
did that
surprised to
happen?
see. I am just as surprised as you are here. I see tough times ahead for a Templar Assassin and a Drow Ranger. You have two heroes who, well, no, three heroes who are insanely good at closing gaps. Lycan, Centaur, and Ember are fully capable of converging onto these squishy ranged heroes who like to keep distance. And I don't really think, I mean, you do have a fair amount of banishes. You've got the Snowball and you've got the Disruption, and about an Aphotic Shield is also pretty good, but I feel like all of that is not enough against 3 heroes on TNC who can just stay on you.
No, it's gonna be really hard for Boom to get Dreamocell doing any damage. They're just gonna run at
Yeah.
him. Life is gonna be
Also,
tough.
according to the wiki, it even specifically says, despite the appearance, Multishot does not use instant attacks. So that means that Multishot can't proc tag team.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good to know.
Yeah.
Let's hop into this game now, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 of Boom Esports facing off against TNC Predator. You know, I no longer have to look at our ugly mugs. You can look at the beautiful ugly mug of Tusk. And also Centaur. Although he's wearing a weird mask
Yeah,
thing.
where's the mug? I don't see much of a mug on that.
You're not wrong. Jeez. It's very, very creepy looking fellow right there. After the draft, it's looking like the odds still a little bit into the favor of TNC Predator. Are you feeling like that's about right? The 1.56 versus the 2.2. Like, does it feel pretty even to you right here?
It only feels even just because TNC has not been good recently.
Well,
Like
you should put a caveat in on there. They played good the other day, but in like the lead up to the major, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like they have fallen off of a cliff from the beginning of the season. That's like unarguable. But Boom has kind of been on the come up. Like I said, they showed up at the minor, and so based off of very very recent performances, I think it's a fair assessment. But based off of like historical performances, I think that the players on TNC are better than the players on Boom.
Right.
But whatever the case, the teams right now are fairly even, which maybe it's just props to the Southeast Asia region. Love your team, Dreamacell, is what Armel says. So
that's sort of like a backhanded compliment, right? Like, I love your team. I don't love you. I love your team. You guys get what I'm saying?
The other 4 players are great. Just wanted to let you know specifically.
The hell is that? That's I like that one, dude. Armel, he knows.
He really knows how to twist the knife.
Yeah, look at this man. Do you think that this is the face of somebody? This is the face that he said when he was typing that in. That was what his face looked like right there. He's just sort of
a big frown.
Big frown, definitely. Armel's a frowner. He remade his Twitter, but his Twitter used to be Armel Handsome. That was what his was at Armel Handsome. And then they remade it to like TNC Armel or something like that now.
That's no fun.
I know. I want him to go back to Armel Handsome. That was the good days.
I like when the handles show a little bit of personality, like Miracle with 5 E's.
Yeah, exactly. You know that somebody is going to come in and be a fake Miracle and like have 4 E's or something in their names.
Gotta get verified. Gotta become a real good player and get verified on Twitter.
There you go. Well, early movements out. Looks like it's going to be a lot of heroes from TNC. Oh, right. But I should mention, this was the same thing as... Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a minute. They have Febby standing in? Why did I not see this earlier?
Oh, yeah. Febby standing in.
Yeah,
cool.
The other day they had him stand in for Tim's. Wait, what? What's happening? Am I crazy? Am I insane?
Oh, my God.
What happened?
So there's this keep your camera on the mid-tier one because I'm gonna explain what happened. Basically, there was a wolf running around here, right?
Yeah.
And he was trying to do the same thing to figure out if there was an observer ward, and if the wolf tanked a tower shot, then there would have been an observer ward. So Makoto, on a Templar assassin, put down his observer ward right here in the trees and then walked out to make it seem like, oh, I placed it. And then the wolf walked in here and killed the ward on the ground.
You should get gold for that. I feel like you should definitely get gold
yeah,
for
you
that.
should actually. But yes, now they're 1 ward down, and now a big fight, and the Blinding Light always wins.
Oh, stun. Follow up, hide, in some trouble. He goes down, first blood,
Body
drawn by
blocks.
KP. They have 4 stacks up on him, though. Kezcute's going to do a ton of damage to
5
these
on
guys.
10.
Is enough
Ooh.
to get the kill. Dreamocell picks it up, not bad at all. So Kezcute's going to go down, but... Well, they got a return kill on the Centaur at least. So I just looked it up right now. A second ago, TNC Predator tweeted out, last minute update, Febby will stand in for March for today's match. So that's what's happening.
Okay.
The other day he stood in for Tim's. And today he's standing in for March.
What a flexible player.
Yeah.
Shout out to facebook.com/whatever it is, because he streams on Facebook now, doesn't he?
I don't think he does.
Really? I thought
No.
he moved to Facebook. Oh,
No.
never mind then. Whatever the case. Febby ducks in the chat then, whatever it is. And a very intense fight. Three heroes go down, but First Blood does go the way of Dire, so I think they're pretty thrilled with that. Anything to make sure that this Drow Ranger can't get ahead. And we talked about the presence of there being a bouncer during like tower pushes, but right now Centaur is the bouncer during the laning phase, and he doesn't have Retaliate up yet, but once he does, then Drow Ranger's not going to be able to harass him, or at least it's not going to be worth Drow Ranger harassing a double Ring of Protection Centaur.
Yeah, but this time right now is like free and clear, easy harassment. This is great.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that KP had to skill up Hoof Stomp. I still agree with the decision to get the First Blood, but now you see the disadvantage is that you're just not as intimidating in the lane.
And it's going to be a little while. Does look like he's going to maybe be able to get level 2 here, although Banishment, Imprisonment, building up the stacks. Dream of Cell going to try and slow him down. No, doesn't look like they're going to be able to get anything extra there.
I think they just wanted to do something with the fact that they had level 2 and TNC had not had level 2 on these two heroes, but multi-shot's not really enough right now.
Oh my god, did Makoto just miss uphill? I think he missed uphill like 1 meter. That was unfortunate. Oh, that happens.
Not as the...
What's the demarcation line for uphill versus downhill? Is it just that first step there? Probably?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first step, because that's the point at which you get Fog of War.
Okay.
Top lane.
Gabby's taking some punishment. Trying to go for a body block with the wolf. Not looking like it's quite gonna happen. Hyde still chasing. Anytime Drow Ranger ends up actually going down. So
I'm not sure what she was doing there, because Shadow Demon's pulling the wave, so there's no reason why she should be in the middle of the lane like that.
A little bit odd, and gets punished because of it.
She's got her Bazzy ring delivered. Wow, a lot of mana regen. Oh wait, did he bring one of the clarities? Wait, what? Why are there 2 separate clarities?
I'm assuming one of them is Kezcute's, would be my
That's
guess.
what I thought, but I thought if you hover over it, it like tells you owned by this person.
I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, we'll find out. It's weird. There's some weird stuff happening.
I've been intrigued by the rise of Bazzy Ring. I had mentioned it in the previous series that it seems to be like a common thing for people laning with Faceless Void to build Bazzy Ring. It doesn't seem that great. For a Shadow Demon, I suppose, because he's going to be spamming out Shadow Poison, so he can benefit. But most of the carries these days don't really spam spells that much. And so I'm surprised that Bazzy is still being proven to be that popular, because that's all it is. It's just the mana regen. No more armor, no more damage, no more any of that. So I'm curious why it's so popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to have with that Shadow Demon like you're talking about. And I guess Drow is one of the heroes that you would want to be spamming spells out.
Yeah.
Multi-shot, one of the main nerfs to it was adding extra mana costs on it as well. And actually, Dreamocell might just find the kill here onto Tim's in a second. The multi-shot afterwards. Doesn't want to quite use it. Throws it out now. And
can just tank it.
Not going to be in range. Good job there by KP to tank up some of that.
Yeah, he's so tanky. Double Ring of Protection and 15 stick charges, because Kezcute just keeps spamming this poison right in vision of everyone. But it's going to force Tim's back to base.
Oh, this is nice, though. He gets the 5th stack. That's a big increase in damage there. Let's see how much it ends up doing. 800 HP right now, and look at that. That hurts.
Hurts. And making plenty of space for Dreamus, so him dying early on, definitely a bit of a setback, but he's doing relatively okay, keeping up with the Abaddon.
Top lane, Snowball gets the bounty. Easy as pie. FBZ moving in. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit dies mid lane. Makoto able to get that kill with just some Psyblades. Some fancy footwork right there. I guess also a trap, but...
Yeah, I guess it must have been a trap, but that's like a... Oh, Febby dies meanwhile as well. The rune fight going quite poorly. They miss the blinding light, the snowball comes out first, and yeah, down goes the Coddle. That shouldn't happen. You should definitely, like, okay, so now Ember Spirit has 2 sentry wards, but he should have already had sentries. He should really not be dying like that. That's a bit of a shame for RML.
No, tough time. Bottom lane, they're going to go in again now, trying to find Dreamcell. Good imprisonment. That's going to keep him alive for the moment. Still moving in. KP.
Oh my god, the retaliate damage.
Oh, needs one more punch. Dodge through the back way. Dreamcell, you god. Oh, what a player. Although Febby tries to get the finish, isn't quite going to be there. Dude, Dreamcell's going to have another multi-shot. He's going to try and throw that out there in a second now. He's not crazy. But still, they get the kill onto KP. Will find the return kill onto Kezcube, but he would have loved to get that drow.
Yeah, and then Hyde comes in, TP's in with a salve, so Dreamcell doesn't even have to waste too much time regenning. So, I mean, this is the hardest part of a game as a Drow Ranger, usually. This game is going to stay hard because there are so many heroes that can continue to jump on her, but still the laning phase kind of determines her kind of like farming curve, so to speak. And if you can get past this early part, or maybe even get kills, there's more engagement coming down bot.
Tag team, good blinding light pushback. They're going to be able to find the stomp, making a little bit of extra space to try and get Tim's away alive. He will eventually die. Febby now going to get ran down. Multi-shot is out. The punish is going to be there because they managed to bring down the Coddle.
I'm surprised that he chakra'd the center. I feel like if he had chakra'd himself and getting one more blinding light off, he would have survived because Kezcube popped the Shadow Poison to finish off the Snapfire, so he lost 2 of the stacks and had to start from 0 again. But, yeah, whatever the case. Shadow Demon proving to be very, very strong. I can see why the hero is so popular in other regions. I don't know if it was banned out in our first series, but yeah, Centaur, again, another hero. Typically I see them together, the Shadow Demon and the Centaur, but both of them are very strong in their own right.
Oh my god, Hyde. Hyde getting out of there. Makoto's nearby, drops down the shards.
Traps? No traps? Okay,
there they pump it.
Oh, the Manta-style illusion rune.
I like it. Imprisonment, though. And now the walk away. They're just getting out of here. Sec. All right, they're taking a second. They needed a moment there.
The other thing that I've not been able to see too much of since I haven't been watching closely is I'm curious to see illusion rune plays.
Right.
I've had it happen to me in many of my games, and I'm like, how did he take off my silence? And I just value bottling of illusion runes, and so that's something that I'm very excited to see moving forward in competitive Dota.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's what needs to happen. I think that they might have spotted with the Tusk there as well, the ward being dropped down on the high ground to get vision for him. As they snowball in, they found KP yet again. Shards have already been used, so he is going to make his escape. TNC not really having the greatest of early games here. I still think that their lineup is like amazing.
Yeah.
With this Lycan coming on later against the Drow, like I don't know what she's gonna do against this, but if she gets out to a pretty hot start here and keeps the farm up, then maybe you'd be able to like I don't know, go Ags Maelstrom or something, just tear up all those units. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be curious to see what her approach is. Either you kind of like stay very, very far away from the fight and you go for like Pike and move speed stuff, or just like get a bunch of armor and just decide to tank through all of it. Dreamcell has his work cut out for him this game, that's for sure.
Royal Jelly picked up for Makoto. Is gonna chase down Tim's a little bit here. Gets a couple side blade hits off, but does not want to push the tempo too much further and getting caught out there. We're getting close to the 10-minute mark where we'll have the tomes pop up, as well as outpost control being very important. And already you do see Boom start to head that direction towards the outpost, while simultaneously TNC are kind of taking over this side of the map. So easy trade-off there.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna not really fight over them, just let both of them go, and then proceed to take both tier 1s, although Boomer kind of beating TNC to the punch here. Granted, Gabby does have a Necro Book, so they can push very, very fast, and they can maybe kill Kezcube. Nice attempt blinding light into the hoof stomp, but not quite.
That was really close.
And they're just gonna trade tier 1 towers, trade outposts, trade tier 1 towers, everyone's just doing their own thing.
Yeah. I think that's pretty normal right now, like the sort of early goings. It's hard to take that fight, particularly before level 6s come online, as Hyde is going to get pummeled, punched, killed off. Armel always had the Stampede behind enemy lines. Makoto trying to take some of this stack here. FBZ takes a ton of damage. That's actually going to force out the ulti. Almost gets the silence. One chase down. He doesn't have any more remnants. Armel gets killed. Dude, Makoto going blink first.
Hell yeah.
Nice stuff.
I'll take that.
I think more than any other region, I see Blink first TAs in Southeast Asia, and I see Deso first TAs in Europe. Like generally, that's the trend, and that's why I always like watching Southeast Asia TAs more
Right.
because the Blink is just so much more fun. And yeah, picks up a quick kill. It almost didn't happen because FBZ, if he had gotten one more attack off, he would have been able to get the silence off on the Ember, and that remnant wouldn't have come out, period. But he gets one remnant away, but TA gets the blink delivered, immediately jumps onto the Ember Spirit and gets a sweet kill.
Mm-hmm. I'll say it, you know, the other day we watched Boom play, and Makoto did not look particularly good. I'm really happy that they're putting him on a hero that, you know, he's comfortable on, feels solid with, and is playing a lot better today than he did yesterday. FBZ ulti coming off cooldown right there. They get the banishment. Lycan stun comes out there by virtue of the Snapfire. Snowball running in. He's just going to be able to get out of there. Decides to turn back around, take down Hyde. And now Gabby just saunters away.
Meanwhile, Templar Assassin solo kills a Centaur with a Vanguard?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
I have no idea how he managed to pull that one off.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and max out Retaliate. I have no idea how he managed to do that.
Well, Makoto, I was saying, playing a lot better today.
Yes, he's level 13.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He is out of control right now. Although he can't afford to give up a death right now. With all this lead that he's been building up, you can't go down right now. Makoto in some trouble. They try and turn it to sleep. The finish. They take him down. That is a lot of gold to all of side of TNC. Now they're going to try and punish them even further if they can. FBZ forced to pop the borrowed time and then just run away.
Yeah, I think even if I don't think he was expecting FBZ to come in with the aphotic shield, and so he just kind of accepted his fate. But he may have been able to run out, although it's possible that the Will-O-Wisp would have finished him off anyway. But yeah, that's a bit of a setback after just freshly praising him. And now more combat.
Ooh,
nice
he's
vanish.
still the snowball. Nice dodge there of the stun. Oh, Dreamo Cell shows up. Look at the damage coming out from the multi-shot. The Roots going to be able to control them for the moment. Do they have another snowball? Still 10 seconds away, but Armel is slowed. No more remnants. He does have 15 sick charges as the silence is going to land. The slow is there. Febby trying to keep his core alive, but it ain't going to happen as they take them down again.
Lycan takes all of his units to go farm with him. I thought if he could have used some of them to body block, because this Ember Spirit was, I mean, he may have been able to walk out, but instead, Gabby just wants to farm with all of his units, and now they may lose a tier 1 the other way, as it is a almost maxed out Curse of Avernus. And with a Drow Ranger here, although Snapfire ulti and Lycan ulti.
Running in, silence pushback. That's only going to stop the wolf for a moment. The snowball save is good, but it's not going to be enough as they are going to beat her down and eat her up. Dreamo Cell in the grave. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. And he's going for the pike, which I think you have to do. But even that's not going to help that much, because you may be able to pike one Lycan hero away, and he'll quickly run and finish the gap. Meanwhile, the rest of his units will continue just barraging you with damage.
Well, and the biggest thing is that, like, the timing that you have to actually punish this, it's still really, like, such a low cooldown.
I know.
And this is just level 1. Like, you're gonna trim another 15 seconds off of it at each level. Like, the fact that it's just gonna kind of constantly be up, it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, the buff to the uptime was also pretty significant. Having 22 seconds, because that was the buff in 7.25, was 18 to 22 seconds. 4 seconds makes a world of difference in a Dota team fight.
Yeah. KP has an inkling that something could be going on here as they take down Roshan. Important timing there, as that is going to be about when Makoto finishes off his Deso.
Interesting. So they decided to give it to the Templar Assassin. I thought, so the two alternatives is you give it to the Drow Ranger and it's like a farming Aegis that she can, I guess, move a little bit more into the dire half of the map, or like farm lanes more brazenly. But instead they're going to give it to the Templar Assassin, which you need to like make something very useful out of this. Once Makoto finishes the Desolator, which is in 100 gold, 50 gold now with all the bounty runes, then you need to like start going all over the map, because if you're not going to give it to Drow Ranger, then you need to make space for her just by getting kills.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's the way to make it happen. It's going to be an Abs Aghanim Scepter. Or an Abba Aghanim Scepter. That's kind of interesting.
I don't think the fight will last long enough to be useful though. Because like you're like all of TNC are just gonna jump on this Drow Ranger. They have nothing better to do, and so it's really just there to save the Drow Ranger. Because I mean, no one else is gonna be tanking attacks, so
it could be cool. We'll see how it works. I mean, I guess the thing about it is that it means that like the fight is gonna last at least, you know, that 5 to 6 seconds of duration. Because I think with the Ags, you probably don't manage to kill Boom. I think.
I think you'll still manage to kill the Drow Ranger. Okay. I don't think it'll last the full borrow time because, well, for one thing, it's like only a level 1 mist coil right now, so even that's going to take a while to come online. He needs to find the experience, but he's probably not going to finish the Aghanim Scepter before it comes online anyway. It's just, I don't know. And then he needs to like stay next to the Drow Ranger because the AOE is 16. Okay, never mind. 1600 range is pretty generous actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to take more than 525 damage. Yeah. And right now Drow has 1420 HP. So she's gonna get like 4 mist coils tops. I don't know. We'll see.
You know, the later talent could be useful in it as well. But it's definitely something where like it's just it feels like they're doing whatever they possibly can to try and keep her alive. That's the name of the game. And of course the TA as well. So Rooted, FBZ taking a lot of damage there. They get the hoof stomp off. Just gonna be able to find the walk away. Now can they get out? Or are we going to see the chase come out? Armel is there. Another round of aphotic shield, running, trying to hide. Hyde is there. Speaking of which, he has the snowball save if necessary. Dreamocell getting gobbled up by all those little minions, and they do manage to hit a giant Will-O-Wisp as they blow up Dreamocell. They take down Hyde. Makoto just trying to make anything happen, but he too will die. That is a 5 for nothing.
Oh, he's not going to be able to dagger out. It's on cooldown.
Unreal.
There were all of these little TA traps peppering the lane as like their plan to escape, and then Centaur just stampedes, plows through all of them. Lycan comes in as well. There's like,
yeah,
I don't know. This is an outdraft.
I don't understand how you can get Lycan 10th pick.
Yeah. After picking Drow Ranger also.
Yeah.
I'm curious what their bans were now, because I wasn't really paying attention to their last phase bans. Because I assumed that if you're going to pick a Drow Ranger, then you've probably banned the important counters.
Yeah.
But Lycan slips through, and it's just going to get worse and worse. Level 3 Necrobook completed. I don't even think he needs to go for a BKB, because there's nothing stopping him from going onto a Drow Ranger. Everything that is involved in saving her is all defensive. There are no offensive stuns to slow down this Lycan, really.
Dude, I was going to say the Sanjin Yasha Halberd, or Sanjin Yasha Satanic, but actually the Halberd is probably better, right? Like, you just Halberd one of those, you still keep the status resistance. Just go stats result build. Sounds awesome. Maybe there's a chance with FBZ Aghanims. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I haven't seen enough of it to know if there's like any like validity to it being a really like a game changer. On its face, it doesn't seem like there would it would be much of a game changer, but maybe it is, and we're underrating it just because I haven't seen enough of it, you know?
Yeah, contextually, whenever I see it be successful, it's always whenever there's like a lot of team fight AoE, like in the game that we saw with the Naga Siren combo. Right. That would have been great, because it's like 4 heroes constantly taking damage, and you can't quite finish them off because you don't have enough burst. But typically, I don't see it used for single target purposes. No FPZ. It's not get cookied, but will get killed by the rest of TNC.
Well, he's
gonna make him work for it.
He's got some fancy footwork here. His team is not coming to help, though. Yeah. His team is like, nah, dude, that one's on you.
I mean, you can't. Whenever Centaur has Stampede, like anywhere within like a 1600 radius is a danger territory. You're not going to be able to outrun this dire team.
Armel going to take over this outpost. And, well, this is a story that we've seen before. Boom, just pushing along the top lane. Armel spots out Tusk. Punch him.
Both outposts.
Punch him.
So
punch him.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That is pretty good for TNC.
Oh, nice luck. He gets the chains onto the Tusk and none of the creeps. All right, so tower goes down, both outposts claimed, and you kill the Tusk.
Woo! Rough stuff. TNC looking super solid.
Yep.
Febby coming in 2 days in a row. You know, he plays one day on the position 4, comes in now playing position 5. I'm sure instructing the team as to what to do. It feels like they're having a lot of fun playing this game.
It does seem that way, yeah. I mean, it's a fun draft. It's very fun when like no one has to build defensive items. Everyone gets to build fun items. Armel goes to Radiance after the Blade Mail.
That's really cool.
Lycan, like I said, he's not going to have to build a BKB. Instead, Necrobook 3 into Halberd. Centaur, surprisingly, is not going to blink. Instead, it looks like he's also going to be going for a Halberd. Is there a Sage being delivered? Yeah, there's a Sage being delivered for him. So even if the Drow Ranger is not killed, she's still not going to be doing any damage because she's just going to be disarmed the entire time.
Right. Well, and they're trying to split push the best of their abilities, but this is a Lycan with Necrobook level 3. Armel is there, going to slowly burn down with the Radiance, and man, FBZ is just, he is hurting. So they pop the ultimate, there's going to be the Will-O-Wisp, and FBZ, the ulti wears off. They run in Snapfire, ulti is down as well. Armel just does not really care, although he might need to. Jump away, tries to run, tries to hide. Is he going to be able to get out of there, cookie everything? And guess what? This man, he's got a regen rune afterwards. Easy as pie for Mr. Handsome Armel. He pops it and ready to run back in if he wants to. They take down the first racks of the game.
I'm surprised they committed so heavily for an Abaddon. After Borrowed Time has popped, like, what is he really going to do?
I mean,
I feel like they could have taken the... they did kill him, but they didn't kill the melee racks, and I think that's marginally more valuable. Especially since this Abaddon is only level 13. But yeah, whatever the case, it's such a massive lead for TNC right now. And Drow Ranger managed to complete her Pike and her Yasha, but the Manta Style is not going to help her. Unless if she has like some sick hoof stomp dodge. Aside from that, it's not going to do a whole lot as Shadow Demon goes down.
Dude, Armel, he's pissed about his early game. He's like, you guys going to run at me mid? I'll show you. What do you think about that?
I love the lawnmower build on Ember.
Yeah.
You farm so fast.
They're taking all his creeps away, though. It's like, guys, come on. Let me go farm. Oh, I think he missed the chains there, but hey, guess who's back? Coddle. This is what I was talking about. This Chakra Magic with Ember build is like so disgustingly good.
Yeah.
He can do it again.
And that didn't get affected by the nerf because it's still 6-second cooldown reduction, so you get instantly double slight.
10,000 gold lead, ready to go for another round. Makoto is just off and away farming. Just managed to clear through a stack there, but it just, I don't see a point in the game where it gets easier for Boom. Like, I don't know what items they get that make this game feel better.
The only way that they come back into it is if TNC stop 5-manning and they start getting picks on like the Ember Spirit, who may be farming on some side lane. Because they have a good team at picking. You have the Tusk, the TA, and a Drow Silence. You're definitely capable of getting some cheeky kills.
Makoto, he's trying. Oh,
yeah.
They're not going to get him.
But that's what they're hoping for.
Right. To be honest, I think if Armel stood around there, they probably actually just kill both of those heroes. Silence. Multi-shot. Being tanked up by the creeps as well as KP. KP not really seeming to care all that much about anything in the world. Shard's going to land, connects onto Armel. Managed to get a punch onto him, but they've already taken the racks and are going to be able to back out now.
They're keeping the courier over Roche. It immediately respawns. Febby confirms it, and that's going to be an easy second Aegis and Cheese.
Oh, Courier's going down, and they're just going to go in towards Roche.
No, that's the Halberd. What a shame. They'll still end the game anyway, though.
You know, I think you're right. Oh, FBZ, he's ready to run in. Oh, they're actually giving him respect. They're, TNC are like, wow. Guys, we saw that other game from Geek Fam. We don't want to do that stuff.
Problem is, Arax is already down, and so you can't stay away from your lanes for long, and this Roche goes down so quickly with this Lycan.
So TNC trying to force the issue a little bit, catch them off guard. Centaur still holding on to Stampede. They run into him, but first going to be able to find that Shadow Demon, throwing out the Snapfire ultimate. Is it going to be enough damage going back the other direction? Well, they buy back on Shadow Demon, miss the chains, actually, and they're going to have to retreat.
Retreat or realize that they can still finish Roche.
I mean, yeah, it's true. They definitely can, but
Oh, they're running past it.
they don't have
Wow.
Will-O-Wisp.
Okay. Yeah, I'm impressed with the level of discipline being shown here. I would have thought any Febby team is just gonna put face on the keyboard and just mow down things. But I mean, like they still have to stay in the area because Desolator TA can also take the Roche very, very quickly. So it's not like the Radiant team can't take Roche and TNC is like, well, whatever. If you don't want us to take it, we'll just take it again in like another 3 minutes. Now both teams need to keep their eye on it.
Dude, TA knows what's up. She's going next item Rapier.
Wow. Okay. I mean, technically, there is a fair amount of evasion going to be on the Dire team, so the True Strike is useful.
It's definitely really good. And it's a hell of a lot of damage. KP, silence, minus armor, blowing the hell up. Armel needs to be careful there. Can't afford to go down. What was the Shadow Demon ulti dropped on him as well? And they're going to go in and try and take the Roche themselves. Oh, TNC, you can't let them get this. All right,
Centaur getting brought back.
Going in. They can't get in there on that snowball. They jump in, they get the Roche. And now you're pretty far extended as TNC. Cookie to try and run Makoto. Seeing if he can get the chase. They're able to take down one slowed down Remnant away. Is there for Armel. The shards are going to be able to connect. He doesn't have any more Remnants, but it was enough to buy the space to get out. And now you've got Aegis on TA trying to build into that Rapier. That is a whole different kettle of fish.
I think they should have gone for the Roche whenever Shapeshift was still up, because that's why Lycan wasn't re-entering the fight, is because Shapeshift was down. And if Shapeshift is down, then he's not really that scary for a Drow Ranger to deal with.
Oh,
and he has to pop it defensively.
Now Gabby stun, Walrus Punch, bringing him down low and done. Armel is almost going to go down. Makoto, he read that beautifully.
The DD rune.
Dude, did you see that? He blinked on top of where the Remnant was landing, and they don't have buyback on Lycan. KP also in some trouble. He is taking a ton of freaking damage. Triple kill Makoto. The most doubles of damage. Oh.
Yeah, and they're going to still be able to have this for the tier 3 push also. And he's got the Desolator.
Unreal.
Well, they have Glyph.
Glyph and buyback at the same time. I think you take that if you're Boom and just back out.
Yeah. And Kezcute was even defending the lane up top, and so even the tier 4 towers don't take any damage whatsoever.
Dude, wow. I was ready to phone that one in. Look at this swing back the other way. What is this? We are seeing some crazy Dota today.
Yeah. Although, again, the Naga game was the most encouraging. I'm still not really that inspired. It's a great comeback by Boom. Them being able to take the Aegis and manage to force out a buyback as well, that's amazing against an Ember Spirit. But Lycan's only going to get bigger, and I don't think that Drow Ranger can keep up the pace no matter what she does. So she finished up the Manta style. Now she's going for a BKB, and still, like, a BKB is not really going to help her that much. It'll prevent the slows coming out, I guess, from the
oh my god, wait a minute though.
Oh wait, okay,
they,
now this could be it.
They just got the Rapier. I mean, the thing is if you start the fight like this though, if you find the target at the beginning and you blow them up, that's the difference maker, right? Like, if you can start the fight with the jump in from Tusk, this Blink Dagger pickup, it's huge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The only way that TNC loses is if they stop 5-manning, and right now I see 2 heroes being paired bot, 1 hero in the jungle, Snapfire pushing top, and Lycan trying to solo farm his jungle. The only way they lose is if they just aren't grouped.
No. Well, and they are going to be grouped now, but they don't have Lycan for another 30 seconds. They take down the tier 3 tower so quickly. They got to be careful about this. A quick jump in could make life miserable. They don't have the Shadow Demon with them, but look at this. Like, this is... I don't know what you do if you're TNC now. It's a huge lead for Boom. Like, they have lost all of their lead. Every little bit of it.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying, that, like, this Drow Ranger, this TA, they do start to, like, fall off, or, like, there's counters that you think of in your head with TNC, but, like, now they've got this huge lead. Like, TA is 6,000 gold ahead of them. Look at the jump in! Oh, the side blade. They get the disarm, but it's not going to be enough. They don't have any extra damage now. Ember is gone. Makoto turns to fight onto KP. They manage to get the stun, but Gabby, he's just got to run away. Oh, and they get the net. The stomp comes out in the end right there from the creep, but they're not going to be able to get any extra. They don't have the damage that they need for this. Another disarm. Again, this is a good fight right now, possibly for TNC, but they don't have Armel. That is the big thing that is missing. It's all of their damage as they lose another.
It's
TNC. They have lost everything here, and it's off the back of Makoto's beautiful play. He jumps in and just one-shots him. Get out of here, Febby. Oh, man. And they're just going for the
start
triple
running
towers.
in one by one again.
Oh, God. They jump forward if they need to. They've got all these disarms that they could possibly want, but at the end of the day, like, just the Drow Ranger is the one that's doing the damage to the towers. There's so much focus on Makoto. They're jumping again, find themselves Tims. He's trying to run away, eyes on the prize, going for the throne. Makoto pops BKB, and they are going to end this game. What a turnaround.
That last fight was just downright irresponsible. Like, the Centaur and the Ember Spirit run up high ground. The Caudle's a mile away. Shapeshift hasn't even been activated by Lycan yet, and those are the two initiators that go face first into a Drow Ranger Silence and a Templar Assassin with a Rapier. They got tilted really hard.
Dude, look at this swing. What like what is this?
This is
man.
Southeast Asian Dota.
And you take a look, like, just the odds from just a couple minutes ago. It's like, oh, who knows? It could be this way or it could be that way. And then it swings back the other way so quickly. Man. Well, what is... I don't know. What do you say about this? Yeah, that's pretty much it. You okay, Neil? Yeah, you're feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Well, what would be your advice for game 2?
There was no advice. There was just clumsy. Just clumsy play. Clumsy stuff. And props to Boom also. It's a ballsy Rapier play, great against the evasion, great against Blinding Light, managed to, I mean, freaking Makoto lost his ward at negative 30 seconds into the game, and then basically single-handedly carries them into game 2. So hell yeah, props to Makoto.
Yeah. I think the thing that, it's worth talking about just is like that, like, we both know TNC are really, really solid team. I think some of it could, again, be like, and I don't want to harp on this too much, but, having a stand-in come in and take over for your captain, that's big. That's like
true, actually. Like, especially if he was like the shot caller also, because there was definitely some questionable shot calling towards the second half of that game.
And you can't really flame Febby for that, right? Because that's not what Febby's role is in the game. Like, that Febby is not often, I mean, at least from what I've seen of him, he's not always the captain, like the main shot caller. That's what March does. Like, that's why you have March on your team, is he's the one that's directing traffic. So I think, if anything, TNC fans out there, this is the reason that you keep March on your team, so this doesn't happen. All right?
Proof of concept. That's what March specifically sat out this game, because he's like, people don't realize the impact that a shot caller has, because that game was won. Yeah. They literally just needed to 5-man. That was all they needed to do.
Unreal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a little bit. Game number 2 right around the corner. We'll see if TNC can pull themselves back together, or if it's going to be Boom taking this advantage and just running away with it. See you guys in a bit.